So hackers managed to pull the biggest supply chain hack ever in history, but they stole only 22 cents. That's a big fail. Well, on both sides.
Yeah.
Both sides failed. So
Yeah.
you want to...
I mean, we're being facetious. There's more to this
Yeah.
story,
Yes, of
obviously. But
course.
a major open source maintainer of some major NPM packages was caught off guard by a phishing email that gained access to his NPM account or whatever. And these hackers were then able to access all of these packages and insert, I guess, some sort of command that says that changed the URL of some sort of donation thing.
Yes. So imagine you open your MetaMask crypto wallet, and then you want to send any amount of crypto to somebody else. So what this tool would do, it would find out like that you have like this is your crypto address, and then it would like the receiver, and it would change it to their own. And they would use a specific algorithm, that's how I understand, that would minimize the amount of change so you wouldn't notice. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like use the closest words, so you wouldn't notice that the address changed. And that way, the idea was that theoretically, like they could any crypto sent to anybody, that they would receive it.
They would
Like the
receive it.
amount
Got it.
was like 5 cents, and then another.
So
Few
the
cents.
issue is with all of this, and the reason why they're only to steal 22 cents is that a lot of the packages that they hacked were back-end packages. So if this was a extension, or if this is a front end compromise, or intended to be a sort of front end thing, they were only able to change only a few, and again was only able to steal 22 cents. So it's a complete failure from that perspective. I mean, it was solved and removed within 8 hours. You know,
Yes.
it was. I mean, still a long time. You know, I woke up 8 hours later to a £10 Google Vertex AI bill this morning, and it went up to 15 because I couldn't bloody delete it. So a lot can happen in 8 hours. A lot more than 22 cents. Anyway, but I think this just raises into the question of just phishing and how sophisticated yet simple some of these emails can be. When I read this, I was immediately reminded that I've clicked on recently, and it just needs to be the right place at the right time. I clicked on a link in a DocuSign email saying I need to sign a document, and it was on a day that I was indeed waiting for some sort of document signature. So I clicked on it, and then it took me through to an Apple login, and I was like, Apple login? And I was sort of, my mouse was moving, I was clicking around, and I was going to do what it asked me to do. And then I was like, this ain't right at all. And I looked at the email and I looked at the URL and did all the usual stuff I do. And it's like, whoa, as a smart, handsome, funny, intelligent person like myself, even I can get done with phishing.
Yeah.
You know, and so I think they're finding ways to get us, and it's becoming more and more sophisticated. And I think we all just need to have a bit more due diligence and whatever. But your nan's fucked.
As a reminder, just don't click on any link, even if you recognize the link.
So I read a tweet that, because this was only made aware to me by Theo, right? And it's now in this moment just reminded me of a tweet that he retweeted. So MrBeast had this charity event organization where you put in so much money and they're going to do a bunch of stuff in Africa, right? Some really, really cool stuff. And this guy, this millionaire, he was a casino, so he kind of friggin' deserved it, to be fair. He's a casino game maker. And he donated. And then shortly after he donated, he received a Telegram message to say, thanks, guys. This is a new group that I've from MrBeast. This is a new group I've created for the top donors, and we want you to.
Wow.
We've got a Coinbase thing going on. One of the sponsors of the video, Coinbase, wants you to put more money into the Coinbase coin that they're releasing, and you get, which by the way is insider trading, which is totally illegal. So this fucking dumbass multi-millionaire was glorifying his willingness to participate into insider trading, followed along with it. And then he donated an extra $250,000 or something crazy. And then it was like, right, this is the last round of funding. Like, get into this. MrBeast is like getting on this. And then he's seeing tweets from other donators of MrBeast, like, what's that Mark guy? Mark,
I
do you
don't
know
know,
what?
but
He, Mark Rose.
Yeah, the NASA, the ex-NASA engineer.
He's messaging as well in the group and whatever, getting all hyped up and whatever. So this
Yeah.
guy messages again. He calls MrBeast because he's like, after his second donation, by the way, he decides to call MrBeast, and MrBeast is like, "What group? What group are you talking about?" And he's like, "You're kidding." And he's like, "No, there's no other group. There's nothing going on." So yeah, and so he's talking. He says all this story.
Yeah.
I got the same message, right? I got the same, not the same message, sorry, but the same format. He screenshotted the message in his tweet. The amount of grammatical errors, just everything about this tweet is so like obviously a scam. And this stupid, dumbass, multi-millionaire crypto, not even crypto, but casino guy totally fell for it. And he got slated in the comments because it's like, oh my God, I have no sympathy for you because you fell for dumb shit like that. Anyway, that's my story.
Well, I didn't know about it, but yeah, the scams are getting out of hand. And I don't know, like it's so easy to not have grammatical error in writing because, it's crazy that still, and it was like that, by the way, back in the days with websites, right? If you would see a website and the website had grammatical error, you would say, I'm not going to buy from them because they are scamming me.
Yeah.
And now people are falling for the same shit. It's just in a different medium.
It's crazy. So I get my AI to write a lot of my posts on LinkedIn and stuff like that. I don't use any AI for Twitter, but like LinkedIn, I get it to put in a typo. I say add at least, I say choose to add a typo or not, just at your discretion, add a typo.
Well, what I do when I write something, I write it and then I ask AI to fix it and then I break it again before sending it. So I do like actually get into it and I delete like whatever I feel like it's too unhuman, too perfect. I just make it how I say it and I think that is beautiful.
This is part of a larger conversation on my show, Command AI, which we stream live every single week. We discuss the news and all things related to AI in the world of design and web. Catch us next week and join in the banter.